So applied behavior analysis, taking a science that's been around for decades that discover why people do things, how people respond to reinforcement, how they respond to their environment to improve lives and improve our relationships with other people.
A lot of the work that behavior analysts will do is set short-term increments or short-term goals such that they can then contact those larger later reinforcers.
So we just find ways of creating treatment plans to manipulate the environment to promote learning.
I can look at the science of behavior and apply it to physical health changes.
So traditional psychology is a lot of talk therapy. It's based on cognitions, on what we like to think of as private events. We focus more on the outwardly observable, objective aspects. So if we're treating depression, it would be seeing the actual changes in behavior, like what positive things is that person engaging in, what have they done, how is their sleep? And that's where we can start to bridge that gap of the private events versus the outwardly observable. It's just making everything measurable based on behaviors.
There are 4 levels of applied behavior analytics. The entry level is the RBT, or Registered Behavior Technician, and works one-on-one with clients and requires a high school education or a GED. You will usually be paid to upwards of $35,000 a year. The next level is the BCA BA, or Board Certified Assistant Behavior Analyst, and works alongside a BCBA supervisor. This position requires a bachelor's degree in behavior analysis, education, or psychology, and typically pays $40,000 to $75,000 a year. If you choose to further your education, you can become a BCBA or a Board Certified Behavior Analyst. As a BCBA, you will create tailored treatment plans for your clients' needs. This will require a master's degree or higher and will typically pay around $75,000 to $100,000 a year. If you want to become a BCBAD or doctoral level Board Certified Behavior Analyst, you will need 10 years of experience as a BCBA as well as a PhD. BCBADs typically earn $100,000 or more a year. In order to open your own clinic, you must be a BCBA or a BCBAD.
My favorite part is when I'll see the kids come in, and I've been working with them for a little bit and we've implemented a couple different changes, and then the kiddo comes in and he almost can't even sit down before he starts telling me all the cool things that he's done. Just seeing the kids get really excited about those health behavior changes, because it's something that I love to see, but also the parents love to see it too.
I mean, it's so important to the individual and the family, like seeing that I finally have my kid can say I love you.
So when we're looking at what are the different worlds, what are the different professions that behavior analysts can be getting into to make an impact, it's really limitless in terms of making meaningful change in the community.
When it comes to ABA, behaviors are seemingly infinite, so it's just a matter of applying our science to those.
So if I were to go to a factory floor, I can use the science of behavior and the science of behavior change to set up different contingencies to make sure that those workers are doing everything that they need to do to keep themselves safe.
There are new things like treating depression, gambling addiction, but also seeing how we can promote things like social acceptance, like reducing racism, like decreasing poverty, decreasing addiction, things like that, because they're all centered around behaviors and finding how it's just rarely applicable in everyday life.